Hey, I'm James Hodson, and I'm going to show you how to easily create a GitHub loader AI agent so that you can build up your knowledge base and then build the Q&A bot. Because there's a couple ways you can do it, and there's a couple hiccups that people get to pretty commonly. So I'm going to walk you through all of those. Let me just share my entire screen, share, and bring that down. Okay, so we have an open source project here on the right, and then we have the Katara platform on the left. And I'm gonna just create a AI agent for their GitHub. And so Akash is at the time I'm streaming this, they're not a client, but hopefully they will become one very soon. And so I haven't made one for this repo yet. So in Katara, you can create a repo based off of different based off all the data in there. And so maybe you want to bring in different data onto your knowledge base to create a collection or whatever it might be. Really easy to jump over to the Katara side, create a GitHub agent, name your agent. I'm going to call it awesome because this is the awesome repo. And then I'm going to select the date. Maybe you want it to run at 4 a.m. every day. So this one will run at 4:20 a.m. every day. That's fantastic. And then you drop the URL directly of the repo. So don't put it of the GitHub for the account, put it of the repo, main branch, or this one's master actually. So we'll put master branch. And then you can select the file type, which is Markdown, and create the agent. So now we have the awesome agent showed up here. We can run this immediately if you want. So it's already in progress. Sometimes it doesn't go in progress right away. You can run it. You can view the logs here of what's going on and the config. And so this is running, and it will run every single day, and it'll tell you when it will run again. And then you can start to see when it's importing. And so I last synced this 20 seconds ago, but if you're brand new, I would click this refresh button, and it would refresh the collection with the most recent data. But you can go through here and you can see all of the data. So one thing that is actually pretty fun is if you go back to the agent library, and maybe we want to tag this as awesome. Save details. You can put in the description if you want runs, still in progress, still logs. Maybe we can go back to a different one, and we can go, let's see on the node. Runs. So this one created, you can see it got 13 markdown files in 17 seconds. And then it will run again tomorrow. So if there's any updates, you'll have that. And then tag, let's tag this node, node. Save, corpus management, select tags. Maybe we do node. Probably gotta refresh it. So again, you can create a Q&A agent really quickly. And before I get too off track, you can ask something about this repo or this website, and it should give you a really quick answer. So the cool thing about this is it will give the answer based off of only the knowledge base, so only the data that it has in there. We are using OpenAI to get our inference, but we'll cite our sources. So this gave a source of the website markdown file. It has a 95% confidence in the answer. And you can just continue to prompt this, and then you can deploy this in your Discord or your Telegram or put it on your website so that new users and new builders can actually go through and ask it really detailed questions or unblock themselves, and it will give it sources and give a really good answer. And then if you wanted to, while we're here, I'll show you one cool trick. is you saw that it had a 95% confidence on that answer. You can, in the advanced options, you can raise or lower that confidence threshold. So let's say you wanted like a 95% confidence level. You could increase that. Likely you would have fewer responses, but you would have more accurate responses. And then you can also, if you don't want to store all the answers, and if you want to look at the similarity, because we're mapping the answers as well. So that's how to set up your GitHub loader agent. So any GitHub repo we can ingest. We'll look at the markdown files. Anytime it gets updated, we'll ingest that. And it's a great way to keep your potential builders or developers up to date on the most recent dates or things going on. And one very cool thing about this is that it can be proactive in the sense that if you make a change today, but you answered a question 2 weeks ago, and that change today affects the answer from 2 weeks ago, our Q&A can go back and re-answer that person, say, hey, by the way, there were some updates. You might want to change the way you built this, or our answer is no longer relevant. Here's the updated answer. So that's a little bit about how we're going. And yeah, check out Katara AI and check out our Discord agent. So you can join our Discord. I'll link it in this description if you want to see it in action or ask some questions about our company. And yeah, good luck building.